here you guys are, right there. Right there. Okie dokie. So today I'd like to talk about redefining your existence to the point where you can invite challenge into your life. And to realize that challenge, although potentially painful, although potentially a sufferable experience, those very emotions that we provide ourselves are exactly that. It's just a provided state in which you can create on your own. So the true state of existence is that of constant joy, ability to be in the state of unconditional love, in the state of joy, in the state of energy, in the state of excitement, in the state of bliss, so to speak. What we find to be good, what we find to be heaven. Life can be a dream, life can be heaven on this planet, right? But in the end, it ends up being your own ability to manifest your own situation and your own emotions, your own interpretations of the intuition that you yourself are receiving from a higher position, from God, from the source, from whatever you call it. It's your choice to call it. It's just as real if you are to be religious as if you are not. It's just as real for you to be anybody in comparison to anybody else. It's just as real, okay? No one is more right than themselves. No one is more wrong than themselves. They are the ultimate creators. You are the ultimate creator of your reality. So get that stuck in your head, okay? Get that ingrained in your mind. And realize, now this may take time, it may take multiple attempts, it has for me, it may take, again, multiple attempts at experiencing what challenge really is. Now, challenge is the experience of an unfavorable emotion in which you realize as a result of that unfavorable emotion that there is a belief, that there's a core belief within you that you do not like, that there's something unsatisfactory. So, in the beginning of emotions that you feel that are unsatisfactory, redefine it, realize that, hey, that's something that isn't supposed to be there. Hey, that's something that I don't want. And then you give yourself the power to change it instantly. As soon as you recognize, completely, 100% believe, you have to believe this. When you believe that what you are feeling that is unfavorable is not something that you want, it will be gone. And I guarantee you it is that quick. Once you get into the flow of joy, synchronicities begin to happen. All of these spiritualized things that seem so far off and stretched out away from human existence is possible. And I guarantee you there's no joking about this. Although for some it's easier than for others. For me, ever since I've learned this, synchronicity, as Bashar always says, can happen simultaneously all of the time, just throughout all of your day. Bam, bam, bam. And I've gotten to the point where it's literally been about 10 to 20 different times where I'll walk upstairs, someone else is walking right in the same time. Hey, do you want to do something? Yeah, perfect. Just flowing with the state of existence in which you do not have to think, you just do. An experience happens for you. You do not have to constantly think, well, what is the opportunity cost of this event versus this event? Well, should I be doing this in my time versus this? Oh, but there's no need for it. There is absolutely no need. The universe itself in nature moves. The universe in itself, well, so to speak, in this third dimension, moves in a dimension of time. But really, when you go into the fundamental nature of infinity, when you go into the fundamental nature of infinite time and infinite experience, realizing that this experience is quite literally different from this experience, and from this frame to this frame, all of those frames in between, there's infinitely many at an infinitely great speed. Therefore, it's all simultaneous. You have to understand that infinity breeds simultaneous experience. So therefore, time is completely an illusion. Get that in your head and realize that it is your choice to experience what it is, okay? This is like how to live life, not challenging, okay? I was going to talk about challenge, but here's the thing. We all experience challenge. And again, it stems back from that unfavorable emotion. So when there is an unfavorable emotion, realize that, hey, this is a challenge coming up. Or if you sense this, you sense some sort of struggle in your future, you sense some sort of uneasiness, realize, redefine it, understand that it is just a challenge. And at the end of the challenge, there's a bright, white, healing light in which you become more ingrained within your being, within your existence, enlivening enjoying more of your experience as a result of that challenge. So recognize, don't be afraid. There's no fear in existence. There is fear, there is worry, there's all of these things that we like to use as tools, but that's it. There is no necessity to accumulate yourself in that fear. There's no necessity to experience it directly in the sense in which we say, oh, I'm fearful, right? We don't have to be reactive. We can recognize it's there, and that is it. Have no fear. There really is no fear. It's completely all in your head. And that's why I say when astral projection is scary, that's totally up to you. If you think it's scary, it's scary. And now I could experience something that's frightening, but I don't choose to associate myself with that fear. So it might be fearful, my heart rate might be increasing, so to speak, but I'm not scared. I come out of the dream state and I'm like, oh, wow, that was interesting. And that's what you have to end up doing. Life is just as much as real as a dream. The dream is just as much as real as life. Isn't it interesting how I say the first one first? Life is just as real as a dream. So recognize that you have the power, and manifestation becomes easy. It becomes your life. You have no need to go off and really choose physically with this physical mind that is not made to interpret the intuition. It's not made to do that. The only thing the physical mind is made to do is recognize patterns in the physical world and recognize, there's something as a result of something, right? The emotion is a result of something that I don't know is there, the intuition-based thing that we all need to consider, right? That we all need to truly learn from the intuition and not necessarily the physical mind that is interpreting false information, right? The physical mind does not do the job of interpreting. All it does is do the job of looking and seeing and saying, hey, this is there. Hey, this is there. That is it. So let yourself be. Because whether you think it or not, you're going down the right path. And eventually, as we evolve in this bracketed, no stranglers left behind, no super beings evolved, as we are left in this limitation of physicality, we are together holding hands, linked up from the bottom to the top, and let's keep going up. Let's keep going up, okay? Because we are on the verge of another Atlantis, and trust me, you don't want to go down that road. That road. I've dreamt it many times before. Don't want to do it. So, we have the power to do this. Motivational speech. So enjoy, really. Follow your highest excitement, so to speak. Follow what is exciting. You'll find it's very interesting. I used to think, I'm going to rant again, I used to judge my excitement. I used to be like, wow, I really want to do this right now, but it doesn't really make sense, right? I used to think, well, should I really go do that? I mean, I'm sitting here enjoying this moment. Well, opportunity cost. I could just still sit here, enjoy this moment, aka laziness, aka an aspect of Pisces. Or I could follow that highest joy. I could go walk in the snow without shoes on. It's cold, but it seems pretty darn exciting. And for some reason, when you get that judgment out of your mind, when you get that expectation out of your mind, that's very huge too, expectation. Intuition flows in immediately, right? And here's the thing about this too, man. I'm converting multiple videos that I wanted to make into one. But I have to make another video anyways. But how do you manifest things in your life? There's one key principle that I'll talk about in a different video, but one key principle that you have to understand. The reason you can go off into the snow without shoes, for some apparent reason that excites you, and again, there's judgment in your mind as to why it does, but whatever, just go do it. The reason it connects you instantly to your intuitive being is because you're allowing your flow state to occur in complete acceptance of yourself. In a sense, hold on one second. we have this idea that we have these expectations that to gain some sort of intuitive experience, you have to be sitting, laying down in perfect meditation form and half lotus, full lotus, Indian style, laying with your hands on your side, with your feet crossed slightly, with your hands crossed slightly on your chest. All of these things are little calling cards for you to use your limitations of physicality. When you create this belief in your head that, hey, this position is going to get me into the state that I need to do to learn intuition. And that works for people, that works. But you got to realize that it doesn't have to be like that. That circumstances do not matter, and that only your state of being matters. And that's a quote straight from Bashar. And it will hit you home when you say it. Now, trust me, saying things is very powerful too, even if it's only in your mind. Last night I went on a spree of 4 hours during sleep where I manifested my own experience quite directly with Pleiadians and Essassani people as we were sitting around a table, so to speak, learning, teaching me, realizing who I am. I asked for it, I received it very clearly. So recognize that maybe listening to an old song might be the best meditation for you. Maybe listening or laying down in a huddled up position under your blankets, sideways, completely unnormal, completely abnormal to the state of what we call as the accepted meditation position. But just realize that circumstances, physical circumstances, trust me, if you're eating an unhealthy diet, it doesn't really matter, so to speak. You're just believing that it does. Okay, circumstances, those physical circumstances. Whether you just ate food, some people say, don't eat food before meditating. Okay, well, that's just another circumstance, another limiting belief in which we create upon ourselves to then inhibit our experience. So realize, again, this goes hand in hand with expectation, that physical circumstance does not matter, and that when you follow your highest joy, when you follow your excitement, whether it may be boots off in snow or taking a cold bath, both things. Oh, there's just a snowstorm. That's why I'm talking about those things. It may be the best state for you to learn. So when somebody says, hey, I just meditated, and it's a different state in which you're like, hey, that's probably not meditation. It was meditation for them. Trust me. For things that are for them, are for them. For things that are for you, don't have to be necessarily the same as for them, of course, right? So recognize all these things, and challenge becomes excitement. In the end, you realize, oh my gosh, this is fantastic, right? And life begins to flow, intuitively based and synchronistically dominated, to the point where you don't have to do much at all. And I say much at all as my own limitation, because I feel like I do have to do something, because I feel like I do have to interpret, I feel like I do have to do something as of right now. But the truest state of myself really understands that you don't have to do anything, so to speak, and just let it flow in your highest enjoyment. Follow your highest excitement for whatever reason it may be. No expectations. And you'll be all right. So follow that joy. Once again, the rant is over. See you later.